Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the LBLCS. I'm Buggleberry Finn. I'm joined by some guy. He's not Jerome.
No, he isn't.
That's all I really. That's actually all I really know. I don't know too much more. I've
Yeah,
heard
few people do.
I've heard a lot about one of these teams. Now, this one of these teams hasn't been streamed yet, and I've heard a lot about them. Um, and I want to bring it up right now, but I also want to save it maybe a little bit for later. But according to their own team, the Continentals are the hottest players in the LBLCS, most attractive, if you will.
Wow, I
Yeah.
didn't know that we had official.
We've got a
So,
hot standard. They said straight 10 out of 10, straight dime pieces.
wow,
I have no evidence to suggest that they're not, so I got to take them on their word.
we should do like an LBLCS poll to, put out a poll, make some phone calls, see if this is actually true or if this is just a
I
team
have
picking
no
them.
problem making some phone calls, trying to find out whether or not this team's just a banging team.
I think we should have a phone bank going, like when PBS does a pledge drive. Like
Okay, okay.
everyone's sitting in rows and rows with phones, and we're just calling random people and asking them who the hottest LBLCS team is, and they're getting very angry when they don't know what we're talking about.
Or who they or who they could even be. We don't even know
Stop
this.
wasting our
We don't
time.
know the selection. We don't know the pool that we're picking from here. I support this idea. I won't fund it. That's about all I've got. These guys are ready to just start up this hunky draft. I gotta put
Oh,
the
how
spectator
hunky
link in. I told them
it
I
is.
was ready under false pretenses, but that's just my life. You know, that's how I live my life, dog.
Live my life under false
Just a
pretenses.
series of lies, just fumbling through life.
I have told so many lies. It's almost hard to believe that I'm still allowed to cast.
It is hard. I'm surprised that I let you in here, if I'm being completely
Yeah,
honest. So, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
All right. They're going to ban a champ. I know they haven't banned a champ yet. Oh, there it is. They're going to ban Olaf away. The Continentals are on the left side. That's the blue side for those who don't play League of Legends but know what
I was
colors
gonna
are.
say someone is going to ban here. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
As a first-time viewer, I am so glad that you are explaining the intricacies and the basics.
Twitch was also banned. Now, I have to be honest. I have a winner in my pick'ems in this game for this entire league.
Wow.
Yeah, I picked a winner, and it's in this game, and they beat BYU Esports, who you've casted with me. We've casted that before, the
Yeah,
BYU
we
Esports.
did. Yeah, Utah's finest.
So my pick'ems is riding here. This is a ride or die game for me.
Yeah, so if you hear like the muffled sobs of a man brokenhearted, that's just Buggle crying into his fucking Cheerios.
Yeah, and I actually do have Cheerios. They're not
Yes,
here though. They're
that's
not
cool.
next to
You
me.
hear like a ton of splashing and
I just don't have them right here next to me this minute. You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's all. That's all I'm talking about.
middle of a big team fight, and Buggle's adding a little bit more milk to his
If I
Cheerios.
need to add milk, I will.
I refuse to eat subpar Cheerios. It's not gonna happen.
Well, I'll tell you what. They want the Continentals to get a subpar bot lane because they're dropping the Twitch ban. They're dropping the Lulu ban. They're saying none of this BS, dog. Akali's going to come out in the end, but that's a double bot lane ban there.
I played against an AP Twitch mid the other day. Boy, is that not a fun, character to play against. That just sucks.
A lot of DiMaggio, huh?
Yeah, he just appears from nowhere, drops the W on you, and if he gets like 3 stacks on you, you're dead.
Damn. If only I knew that before I lost my playoffs quarterfinals game. Twitch was picked up first. It's a very common pick across all leagues right now. Is the Jinx first pick on blue side?
Yeah, Jinx is pretty strong right now, and she's also like she's a decent laner. She can hyper carry. She has I don't know.
Arcane buffs are real. They're real.
Exactly, Arcane. Didn't they win a bunch of awards yesterday?
They
Or
won
am I-
9 awards.
at some award show I've never heard of.
Yeah, well, I think they made up the award show just so they could win.
This is what I'm. You ever been on the Wikipedia page for like an album or an artist? And it's like, oh, they won like the North Dakota State
Yeah, but only by accident.
award for excellence in music. It's like, well, sure, I could win that too. I mean, I'm
I just have to give it to myself. Felios and Gwen are picked up for the side of Team Laser Moon. Uh,
yeah, and actually the Not Jerome annual animated video game show awards, I actually gave them a negative win, not a loss.
wow.
Subtract a win.
Wow.
So that's gonna be tough for them. They're gonna have to come back next year, I guess. I still haven't seen the show. I have no idea if it's any good.
It's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty good. It's not.
Pretty good.
It's not the cream of the crop, but it's like maybe the half and half of the crop kind of deal.
Is it better than MASH?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a low
it's
bar.
better than
This is
MASH.
not a high bar.
What?
Is it better than MASH? Yes, it's better than
There's a
MASH.
reason, there's a reason MASH is still on the air like 30 years after it ended.
Y'all
Right.
should play some music through the. Long live the brain. Okay, brain.
You don't want to hear us talk about MASH?
You
Let's
wanna
play
hear-
the MASH theme, or we could just sing it.
I'm playing music now. You can't hear the music because you're a music hater, but I am playing some right now.
A trait that I have. All right, Jinx Nami bot lane. This is the if you get hit by any form of CC, you are going to die lane. But then we have Aphelios Leona, which kind of does the same thing as long as Aphelios has his purple gun. So watch out for that. Assuming this is Gwen jungle, but that can be a flex up top.
Yep, I think they're holding it as a flex. That's why they didn't pick top or jungle necessarily, because it would just show their hand, and they're trying to they're trying to say you have to ban our mid laner. Basically, it's not worth it
I'd
to
imagine
throw bans otherwise.
a Gwen jungle. That means we have no solo lanes picked. The Narban. It's gonna come through.
So they are going to
Maybe
ban top laners away. So they're pretty certain. Oh no, this is the side of. I'm losing my mind here. Team Laser are going to ban some top laners away. I would expect mid lane bans from the Continentals here because they just don't know where that Gwen is going to end up. But they're actually going to take away the Hecarim.
Okay, strange.
So they believe they know where it's going. And of course, I haven't scouted these teams, but if I had, I just wouldn't be good. I wouldn't be good enough to beat them anyway. So it doesn't matter.
No.
Team
Is
Laser
it
Moon.
another top lane ban, or are we getting some target bans? I have no idea whether the Gnar is a
Got
commonly
full
played
counter. So if you know that Gwen's going top, you're probably taking you're probably just taking away top bans. Because you know what your matchup is. You're probably gonna get a jungler that you want. And then you mid full counter here. A lot of engage. It's a shit ton of engage from the blue side here. It's saying that it's
Yeah.
pretty even, but I mean, really, it's just Leona on the other side that's going to be engaging.
Yeah, Leona with Aphelios R can do a lot of damage right off the top, but
Mhm.
that's still not a huge engage tool. Poppy is great follow-up, so that is helpful. If you get the E from Leona into the Q, into the Poppy E, you just don't want to play League of Legends anymore. Although, to be fair, you probably really didn't want to play to begin with, so...
I'm interested in the Leona pick. I think in that instance, I would have gone for Thresh. You have the Zac that was already picked up, right? And
Yeah.
it's a really good combination with the Aphelios, but if you're a prominent Leona player and you prefer that champion, go for it. Especially if you're the one that's going to start these fights. And, like, their team's relying on your ult to, like, kick it off, then definitely better choice, but...
Knowing that they get the Poppy later on, I actually don't mind it, because Poppy can stop a Zac E the same way the Thresh can, so I think that's a pretty decent choice there. And she does do, depending on what you build, if you go for Divine Sunderer, like, Poppy does a surprising amount of damage.
I love the Wukong Orianna pickup. That's a different damage spread, and Rat Gasher, thank you so much for the follow. This is Pro Comps that we're looking at right now for the drafting tool. It's a really sweet drafting tool if you want to play Clash or if you're playing in competitive leagues. We have a sweet link down at the bottom. You can get it for free and it will help you. And if you want to pay for the extended features that it has, it's super helpful. And we have a code. It's LBLCS25. It's just scroll on down. We have a hyperlink to it. Corki going to be picked up. I was going to say they definitely need to be able to dish out damage and poke before, because the full engage is going to wipe them. If they pull off the Zac or the Wukong getting in on the side of the Continentals, they will be able to wipe these guys pretty quickly as long as nobody's super far behind. Just looking at this, it's really saying one team wants to split more and the other one's engage protect. I agree that it's engage protect. I'm not sure this other team is really going to look to split. I think they're really going to look to siege more than they are going to split.
Yeah, I do like the Corki, though. It does mean that, we're not going to get a lot of action in this mid lane. I can't imagine.
Right.
The Corki Orianna, that's a very LCS lane. That's a very, let's each farm a 10 a minute and only teleport back to lane. Not a lot gonna happen there. I'm curious to see if they're gonna put Gwen top and Poppy jungle, or Poppy top.
I call upon any of the mods in this chat to create a bet for everybody. So if you're a mod in this chat, do that, I guess. So these people can gamble. Because if you know when Buggleberry streams, the chance of the stream staying up is like 50-50. So I try not to jinx it by starting up more things on my computer. I've only got so much RAM, kids. Yep, that Gwen is top, that Poppy is in the jungle. Just like Less Force is letting us know. Who gonna win? I love that. I love that prediction. I like to see it. Let's see some goddamn bets. Oh, I really thought your name was Coach Stupid for a second. I realize it's not Coach Stupid. But like at a quick glance, I swear to God, my brain was like, he didn't even spell stupid right.
That's actually the inside joke.
Is that the inside joke?
For those of them who those of us who are in the know.
Okay, okay.
It is Coach Stupid, but you have to misread it deliberately.
But it's like Coach, comma, stupid. It's like I'm Coach Stupid kind of thing. I get it.
Yeah, it's like it's an imperative. It's someone telling you to coach. Coach
Stupid. Okay, okay.
I think it's genius personally, but hey,
I'm into it. I'm into
one man's opinion.
So Team Laser Moon has several players that are Season 5 executive champs. Now that is back in the day before Financial was a league, I believe, but they've got some hunky men on their team. They've got a lot of LB LCS experience. The Continentals are a little bit newer, but they're a second place seed, or they're a second seed that are in the semis. So they did conquer a little bit to get here. Engage, protect, split. This is what it was saying before. I'm going to look at the lane insights right now. And this is the other stuff that ProComps offers. It's just like little quick things. If you had put your champ pool in, obviously we were spectating. We weren't drafting ourselves. But if we had put our champ pool in, it would suggest, the best champions in this matchup with your composition and against what the other comps are going to do. But this just gives you the matchups. It's saying that Jinx and Aphelios are balanced picks. Nami is a good pick against Leona. And yada yada. Talking about where the good skirmishes are. Saying that Wukong is a weak pick against Gwen. And also that the skirmish is weak, so we might see Poppy hovering on that top side a little bit more than the bottom side. Looking at the scaling. Very insightful on the scaling here on the right side. Both teams are fairly balanced. Which I agree with. I think if I'm putting my schmeckles down, I'm dropping those schmecks on the Continentals. Not because I have them on my thing, because I actually have Team Laser Moon on my pick'ems. I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be very biased towards them. But I like the way I play the game, and not Jerome, you know this, we played on a team before.
Yeah.
I like the team comp. I like the big team fights. I like fighting for objectives. I like Orianna, Zac, Wukong. Nami, I mean, you're just playing for the team, and I like that the most.
Yeah. I will say I really, really like the Poppy jungle pick. I feel like early on, any of these scuttle fights, like 2v2, you're so heavily favored to have the Poppy over the Zac, just because you can stop his biggest source of, engage and damage.
Yeah.
Just drop the W and that's fine. Especially if you're going top, like Wukong and Zac can't touch you if you have Poppy W up. So I do like the pick there. Interested to see what happens top. And I think bot lane will either be like a gentleman's agreement, let's all farm, or it's going to be like bloodbath, like Leona hits level 2, let's go, 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 go. I can see it going either way. Especially if some jungle attention is spent bot. Because if you can get like a Nami Q into Jinx Trap, into Zac E, or really any combination of that, like that's a free kill. So.
Right. You just have to hit one of those and the rest can follow it up, so.
Yeah, and even on Zac, you don't even have to hit your E. As long as you hit the Q afterwards, auto a minion, like you have so many options.
A lot of CC and setup, although the damage late game from Corki Aphelios, like, I feel like you're on a clock, or you have to get a good soul or like a couple good dragons early to give you that team fighting advantage. Because late game, although it said it's pretty even scaling, I'm going to give that scaling to the Gwen Corki Aphelios. The amount of damage you're going to dish out is going to be gnarly.
Yeah, if you have Poppy and Leona sitting on you as a late game Aphelios, there's really nothing anyone can do to you. So they definitely have to take care of business early on the side of the Continentals, because otherwise it gets so tough. And Aphelios can absolutely 1v5. Like, it's not...
We've seen it. We've seen it already in the playoffs. Aphelios 1v9 moments.
Yeah.
If you get the right gun and you get your ult off, it is. You can have you can have some
stack up those chakrams,
mm-hmm.
or get one of those big Infernum ultimates. You know, plenty of good stuff in store for Aphelios. Yeah. Except, I mean, his he does look pretty sad in his little icon, so I kind of feel bad for him.
You feel bad for him?
Well, yeah, he looks pretty bummed out. But I feel like maybe if he can 1v9 the game, then that might cheer him up a little bit.
I kind of agree with you. Jinx has got like a mad smile on, like super happy.
Yeah, Zac is
Which,
smiling.
by the way,
smiling.
According to Arcane, that's not right. I've never seen smiling that much. I don't think so. I mean, loading in right now. There's a 50-50.
9 awards at the award show.
50-50 on if we crash. We're gonna find out. What do you think? Do we crash?
No, I have faith.
Wow, you have faith.
You've got to have faith, says the great George Michael. And I agree.
Did George Michael say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you don't believe me?
I never said that. Just want to be clear about things I've said.
I don't, but I definitely didn't say it.
I don't believe you at all. I just didn't say it prior to you saying it.
Did you crash, or we get to go?
I think we're just all in, and chat hasn't let us know that we're all in, but it doesn't seem frozen on my computer like it normally does. We already see people out the gate going down the bot lane, looking for something early. I wonder if she started Zenith Blade here, just trying to grab somebody. If Tokyo is taking the stun to start, they are going to see Leviathan. Leviathan claims to be top lane, can't carry's only friend. He said that nobody calls him the Black Jake Gyllenhaal, but he calls himself that.
Oh, there we go.
There's
flash
a flash in. Oh my god, and that's a flash forced out of her as well. She will be safe under that tower, I believe. He won't be able to take her down, but that's the summoner's trade.
Okay, Poppy took phase rush. And maybe chat will correct me on this, but I really don't think that's something that you see very often on Poppy.
Gotta go fast.
I guess that's just to have the sticking potential. If you can get like the E-auto Q off, then you can sort of chase them down afterwards. But I think that's what Chilling Smite was made for, so I'm a little bit confused by the phase rush. I would have liked to see something like the Dark Harvest go crazy, but we're going to see a very fast Poppy.
They do see this ward right here. They're going to give it over to Jinx. And Jinx currently has the most CS in the game. Although... Or he just takes the lead. 3.
Top lane can't carry seems like a poor name for Wukong, but maybe he can prove us wrong here. 2 Conquerors top, Ignite TP on Gwen. You can definitely look for a kill on the Wukong, especially if he misuses his dash. But then Wukong can, later in the game can TP in for these team fights. I think that makes a lot more sense. You're not trying to beat Gwen, you're trying to beat everybody else.
Well, top lane can't carry, so he knows that he can't. He's just
exactly. Really, the fact that he didn't, pick like, Lulu top. I guess that was bad. Karma top. just completely sack your lane and go roam. Like, were you casting with me when we saw that? Oh no, you weren't. Never mind.
Okay, okay. Which make me feel bad. Who are you casting with? That isn't me. And
no,
why are you doing that?
I cheated on Buggle. It was a game where there was a roaming Camille, who back when like Janna top was
okay.
running people over. Oh, here comes
There's a big engage in the mid lane. The Limelaw hitting up Bugaboo doesn't hit the Q though, and he's actually able to walk out without having to burn his flash.
Yeah, just a misplay there. You gotta hit the Q there, especially if you got the knockup. That should be pretty free. That would likely get the summoner out of Corky, but now he gets to walk away, chug a little bit of the corrupting thought, and he's. And
the monkey might be in trouble up in the top lane. Check out the minimap. We see Poppy rotating up. The camera does pan up there. A nice flash away, but he does get ignited. Will he get knocked back or anything? Tokufin cannot chase him down. Gonna have to back out. So they get the flash, and they get the ignite. So summoner's traded.
Could not proc the phase rush. Which, again, makes me wonder why you took it. But, hey.
He likes to go fast. I think it's okay to go phase rush if you like to go fast.
If you like to go fast. Rush Swifties and just run around.
Oh, yeah, just buy 6 pairs of boots.
Yeah.
And you're on the goddamn
Remember when you
scoreboard.
could do that? You did Jordans all in a row?
Jordan.
Got the shoe collection. That was a staple of Inters back in the day.
I don't know if Marty I'm Scared was on that LBLCS playoff winning team, but the other 4 on the side of Team Laser Moon were. So, these guys got a title, and they want another one. And they got some gold leads here across the lanes.
Alright, micro misplay from Arcadius. He should have waited till his red Q was back up instead of using the auto. He could have been at, like, you know, 90% health instead of 80%. And those are the decisions that cost you in the LBLCS. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. Although he's just going to recall immediately, so it does not matter. Okay, Poppy's lurking top. I don't know if you want this dive. I really don't think you do, actually.
I think you do.
When you don't have flash, it's gonna come up in like. Actually,
there's no ignite. She did leech a level off of that XP though, right there. So she did hit level 4.
I don't think you can tank this turret, especially because your top laner doesn't.
This is
flash.
risky. If he has his W up, he can really juke them here. Let's see if he is able to do anything. He is able to juke, and that's a forced flash away from Poppy, almost dying to the tower. Oh, 0 drops almost 2-0 himself. They're gonna channel their backs in unison, and top can't carry. With a slick escape there.
Yeah, that's bad timing. I mean, with the wave gone, you've got to E on immediately. Wukong knows that. So as soon as he drops the clone, you have to jump on it, basically, and then you're doomed. Forced to flash away. Ignite got... Oh, no, Ignite was already dropped. But yeah, that was just bad timing. You gotta wait till another wave. You gotta move earlier.
Yeah, and that Poppy showing up in the top lane means the Limelaw is going to grab this with the rest of the Continentals. That is what they need, though. We talked about what you need from this side. The Continentals need, thank it's Ty 3, thank you for the follow. What you need to do is get these neutral objectives. So you need to get those dragons. Maybe not rifts, but stacking those dragons and making sure you're able to compete in terms of just a damage level and output come late game, because the other team does have really nasty scaling people, and they could carry from all different parts of there. Like, I mean, Corky Aphelios, if one of them gets big. Uh-oh. Limelaw dives into territory he probably shouldn't have dove into. Does manage to escape right there.
Oh, Arcadius took some cool turret shots there. That actually is really bad. He can't stay up in pressure as much with low health. And also, there is pretty big CS chasm here. Sorry for the voice crack.
Chasm!
I am a very small child in real life. Yeah, like 20 CS difference, which you don't really expect to see in Corky versus Orianna, but I guess Rubababo is making his poke count. Throwing in the pressure. Poppy picking bot. Could see something here.
See, you said I would say Wugababu. What did you call it?
Wugababu.
Wugababu, okay. Alright.
Look at that. He's got 3 corrupting potions, 3 biscuits in hand. He's full health. Just
He's up
chilling.
20 CS.
There's nothing you can do to him. He cannot be touched.
He has flash up. So he has the safety too if Zach does try to come in. You basically have to one-shot that with the chain CC move. If Zach, Ori had enough damage, maybe if Ori had a little bit more, you could
Ori
if you landed everything, but...
Ori doesn't have any damage right now.
Right. Shockwave and command attack still hurts, but just not that much.
Yeah, I think as long as you can use your W to dodge out of the Zaki, like, you're going to be fine.
Right. Oh, here's the Zenith Blade, goes all the way in the bot lane. She gets hit up, but she's not in tower range. Oh, but Zach is here as well. He's going to slap them all together. He still has his passive up, so if he does go down, he'll be something that they have to protect. Leviathan drops super low, has to try to get away. Zenith Blade doesn't hit. Marty, I'm scared, dropping super low, but so is Zach, and First Blood goes over to Arcadius. Really good 2v3 outplay right there, really good. And here comes the dive.
Really nice.
Ultimate doesn't hit, but if it did, actually, they're going to go for it anyway. Everybody is in, and that's one kill. That's the other. They are going to trade, but Wagababu, will you go down? He drinks that potion. He has the Triumph, and he is fine.
Yep, that's absolutely worth. Get a couple kills. You give up one, but onto the Nami, that doesn't really matter. Really, really nice play from Arcadius there. He gets the first Q, which drops the purple proc onto Leviathan. Gets the root down. Oh, sorry, no, that was onto Rimu. Reimu?
We can make up our own name for him if you want to.
Forces the cleanse out. There was a little bit of a nice counterattack. They were able to get the bubble and the traps down. That was nice. But then Zach just sailed right overhead of the rooted target. Maybe wasn't expecting her to step in the traps. Either way, Arcadius at the backside of that fight drops another really nice Q. Then he has red-white and blows Zach away.
Yeah, and looking at the gold difference here now, about 2,500 difference, and 1,200 of it is on Aphelios over that Jinx. Those two kills, super big. He has got his Gale Force. TP is almost back up for Wukong if he does want it back soon. He does have a jungler kind of lurking in the nearby area, though.
Yeah, I normally don't really like Gale Force on Aphelios, but playing into Zach, I think this is actually a good buy.
Yeah, repositioning is really important.
He is super telegraphed, so if you can just Gale Force out of that, then you'll be fine.
Actually, both junglers are right here in the Lime Lock. Gonna try to affect. He does grab the E. There's no follow-through damage, though. He drops his own ult. Will they have the Shockwave that comes in? It only hits one, though. The tower does help. Tokofin dropping a little bit lower. Lime Law also getting low. They retreat. They were just seeing how strong each other were. They were like, a little fight. Not a big fight, little fight.
Little test there. See what happens. Yeah, everyone walks away. Zach is still pretty tanky. Even though he doesn't have passive, he felt comfortable walking up there with the ult and everything. These rockets are going to continue to pour in. Lime Log. Oh, this could be
it's a lot of damage onto the Lime Log. He drops super low, but the bot lane is moving up. Marty, I'm scared, engages onto the Nami. She's super low. Lands the bubble, though. Gets a little bit further away. Leviathan. Still full health. Marty, I'm scared, getting chunked out, but they did not have the numbers to continue that on the side of the Continentals.
I was waiting for Arcadius to flash over the wall there. I thought maybe if he flashed over with the red Q, pour in a bunch of damage, then Gale Force. But I think it was actually the fault to not do that as much fun. Alright, here comes the ult and the Ignite drop.
Huge damage up there in the top lane. The Ignite is down. If that last ult hit, whew.
That was pretty gross. I mean, Gwen steps up into like 10 minions and just pours in a bunch of damage, forces the flash away.
She's got that Leeching Seer, so she does have really good regen if she lands her abilities.
Now Wukong's gonna try to farm here, but I mean, they're really at risk here.
Oh!
Nice there.
A huge steal out of the Lime Laws. He's going to now try to escape out of here, but I think he... Oh! A flash over the wall. He's safe for a little bit longer. They're not going to be able to finish him off. Leviathan drops super low. Is able to heal himself as well. They don't find any damage onto him. That's another kill for the mid laner here. The first kill, rather. Another kill for the team. Top lane can't carry, but he can run away.
Yeah, that was really nicely done. Limelaw jumps into the pit, is able to flash out once the CC expires. And then Wugababo just, he has the package, he wants to go in. Mad respect, but just a little bit, you know, too far in. His team can't follow up. They're all, like Aphelios is stuck on the other side of the pit. And that is a free kill. That was just handed over.
Yeah, you're not going to live there.
No, you are in fact likely going to die.
Couple of plates as well as the Lime Law is going to go in down here in the bot lane. Probably just trying to clear this wave. Does get a lot of damage from Arcadius onto him as Ori's also getting poked out. Wugababoo slapping away at that one.
Velios is sitting on over 1,000 gold. He could back for Zeal right now. Probably gonna wait for a cannon wave or something.
He'll probably go boots, right?
Oh yes, good point. I didn't realize he didn't have boots.
Or is
yet.
he going? I don't think that he has the rune there.
The boot rune?
I don't think he does he?
Let's well, directed camera is really ruining me right now. Just absolutely tearing me apart. No, I don't think he's the boot.
Up in the top lane, Toku Finn looking for an engage, but he's just too far away from Gwen at this point. So Arcadius and Marty I'm Scared pushing really far in. The Lime Law has come back. He's sitting in that tri-bush, and they're trying to hold it right here. They don't want them to back, though.
Yeah, if Zac is bot, then you can go top, do Rift Herald. Especially if Zac's just gonna loiter in tri-bush for a little bit.
Looking at the plates, 2 plates total were taken by the Continentals as opposed to the 6 taken by the side of Team Laser Moon. So a lot of that 4K gold lead is those plates as well as their kills. Here comes the Lime Law, though. He is in range if he wanted to pull the trigger on it. Maybe they're trying to bait him back. Here comes the tidal wave from Nami. Marty I'm Scared misses the Zenith Blade. Arcadius does hit his ult. So does Marty I'm Scared. Oh my god, can they find it? The ultimate from Jinx is not enough to finish anybody off, but they did force the flash and the heal out of Arcadius, as well as the flash from Marty I'm Scared.
Yeah, nice attempt there. Try to go into the Nami R. You do force 2 flashes and the heal off Arcadius, so he's now a lot more vulnerable, like you speculated. He's going to pick up the Zerker's Greaves, which makes it a little bit easier for him to dodge, these important skill shots.
They're going to take tower.
Turret, just like that. Despite losing Rift Herald, they are going to be the ones to grab first turret. Unfortunately, it's after, plates have fallen off. Here comes Poppy mid.
Yeah, the flash forward actually forces the flash out of Orianna as well. She's getting chewed out of damage, but she's under tower now, and there's just not enough that they have.
I do wonder if there's a little bit of a miscommunication there. I feel like Wugababo did not expect Toku Finn to keep going in after the Orianna flashed away. Probably could have landed a Q auto missile there, which I don't think would have killed, but maybe maybe you have a better chance if or you can at least, I don't know. I'm just speculating, Buggle. I don't know.
You're a speculator.
I'm a speculator.
I'm a spectator, you're a speculator.
Spectator, this is what I'm paid to do, except I'm not paid.
You're not paid at all.
And frankly, that's for the best, because
you're terrible with finances. Zenith Blade hits down here in the bot lane as they're going in. A nice set of the traps, though. Blocks people from that tri-bush. The Lime Law is within range, too. He could choose to hit here. He's going to go in. He doesn't find any CC quite yet onto Arcadius. He's actually getting chunked out very low. Hope he is passive because he might go down pretty soon. Marty I'm Scared does die on one end. There's the ultimate drop by the Lime Law. He does have his passive. Here comes Orianna. Can't she find the shockwave? She does. That's a kill for her. On the top lane, they drop the Herald. They're trying to find that as well. Wugababo trying to get away. Top lane can't carry. Can he run away? We're going to find out if he can do it 2 times in a row. He's trying to dodge, but he does get stunned up and killed as they're going to find Corki as well in the mid lane. So top and mid for different teams there as the score goes to 5-6.
Yeah, that was a, cross-map super fight there, what we just saw. Arcadius and Marty I'm Scared tried to go in 2v2 bot. Unfortunately, Zac is around. Arcadius does a nice job hiding away, but unfortunately that sort of leaves his support to die.
Yep.
Almost able to drop Zac, but I think he did have passive. And then unfortunately, Orianna collapsed, drops the shockwave, and Jinx gets excited off that kill, is able to chase down Corki. That's just really nicely done. That's going to lead into
It
third
could
dragon.
be third dragon, but Toku Finn is here. We've seen steals before. It's low, and he does pick it up. That's a huge steal. That's Ocean Drake for these guys. Leviathan probably will also fall. It's going to be 2 kills and a dragon steal for these guys as Toku Finn said, hey, you got mine, but I'm getting yours.
That is really, really rough. Going from being on Soul Point when you're down in gold would have been so huge. Toku, he's going to proc that phase rush. Oh, that stun did not connect.
Almost enough damage, but not quite enough. That tower doing a huge chunk at the end there, but Tokufin walks away with his lifesteal. They're able to grab 3, grab the Drake. The towers are still tied 1-1, but that Ocean Drake is really big because it sets behind the Soul, and that's really how these guys need to win, is they need to just kind of overpower here with these big team fight neutral areas.
Yeah, that was sort of confusing. Tokufin was able to basically just walk right into the pit, and I do think Zach had smite up, so just straight up a 50-50. Nice work there by Tokufin. Had one stolen away from him earlier. Sort of gets the payback here. Meanwhile, 2 turrets taken on the top side by Gwen, with, I believe, with the assistance of the Rift Herald. But still, that's a huge cash injection there. And what could have been, you know, Soul Point, you know, which you could argue would make up for, you know, most of, not all of the gold deficit. Now that's, you know, far, you'd have to wait until like 30 minutes for that to happen. Uh-oh, walking
Here
up
comes an invade. That ultimate does hit a little bit, but the traps are enough to deter them as they're going to chase back, try to find a little bit of damage. There's no big carry with these guys, so they could have actually been a little bit more aggressive against that Leona Poppy coming in.
Yeah, but it's always if you're just a Jinx who's going to walk, you know. Just
you don't have vision.
Walk up with your rockets and try to auto-attack. Yeah, you really... Right, this delayed Corki power spike going for Manamune first will, you know, pay off soon. He's only 6 stacks away. Then his rockets start doing a lot more damage once you get that Muramana proc.
There's a big level discrepancy up in the top lane. There's a CS discrepancy in all of the lanes. Tokufin actually getting caught out in the jungle here, right, though, as I'm talking about it. I'm going to use the Blast Cone to get over safely over the Dragon Pit. We got 20 CS in the bot lane. About 25 in the mid lane, 25 in the top. Oh my god, more than that in the top lane. Over 40 in the top lane, so that's where those levels are coming from. There's a fight right here. The ultimate being dropped by Tokufin, and here comes Arcadius with a massive ultimate. He's going to find Nami. Is he going to find Zac as well? That's 2 kills for them as Gatsu Zero is going to push up here as well and force top lane carry all the way back. This is tricky now for the side of Continentals.
Yeah, I mean, this Felios is getting very scary. 5-1. Looks like that's going to be a Bloodthirster second to help keep him safe. He does an absolute ton of damage.
Yeah, he's going to come right in. He's going to find that stun with the flash. He's going to do so much, and Wakababu is already massive right now. He doesn't even have his second item, but he just hurts.
It feels like every time we cut to Poppy, she's, you know, hitting someone with a flash E. She's been everywhere this entire game. Really, really nicely played.
Yeah, it looks like a big team fight's going to break out here in the bot lane as here comes Zac. Really go in. It looks like he's going to get hit by Tokufin. Going to deny that entire engage. They're going to poke and walk away. Can top lane carry find a way in? He cannot. And objective bounties up now for the side of Continentals.
Yeah, if you can block a Zaki and you can block a Wukong ER, then really your only hope of engage is like a Nami R, and that is a lot easier to dodge. And you're not, because even if it lands, you know, you can just, you know, W the follow up as well. So
right,
this Poppy is such a huge pick. It's gonna take a really, really crafty engage from the Lime Law. They're gonna have to bait out the W or try to hit, you know, hit the back line where Poppy is
coming from an angle where she can't protect them or isn't ready to protect them at least, which means you need to have good vision. You need to know that they don't have the vision around those areas. Looks like they're trying to get some vision around Baron right now, but Dragon is also spawning relatively soon. 45 seconds on that guy.
Yeah, but with this gold discrepancy, I mean, you're not going to be able to contest for this dragon. And whereas if you're on Soul Point, you could justify sending Zac in for like a miracle steal to try to grab Soul. I really don't think you can come anywhere close to this dragon pit. So this is going to be a free dragon, even up at 2-2, and then basically your hopes of getting Soul are, you know, essentially gone. Corki's on 2 items. He's got his shield bow as Muramana. He's also got a stopwatch, and that Sheen does so much damage. So he is huge. Aphelios is huge.
It's not going to find any more damage on him, though. He pops the chem tank.
Yeah, you can let Aphelios solo dragon.
Yeah, he's not starting it, though. They are going to find some damage on the Lime Law. He is going to go in, though. The W actually stops that mid-air as well. So we know that W is down for a little bit. Now, a quick question, Natrum. Which timer is longer? Zac E or Poppy W? I think it's Poppy W.
I think Poppy W is, yeah, a longer cooldown. Especially, yeah, because you're not maxing W, but E gets a shorter cooldown.
And you do actually, you
Alright,
don't.
this is actually a surprisingly good.
This
Why
is
are they so
so
scared?
risky. Are they going to find their way in? I would expect Leona to find a way in, but it's actually Poppy that goes into command. Shockwave is going to lock up a lot of people, but Aphelios is absolutely blowing through that black line. The Lime Law trying to knock him up in the air. That's another kill for Jinx, though. She's able to run away a little bit further, but the big ADCs are going to finish off that fight, and they pick up their second Drake of the game. Team Laser Moon showing these guys exactly why they've already have a title in the LVLCS.
That looks surprisingly 50-50 E off the start there. I mean, Zach was able to walk right up to the dragon, but immediately this gold advantage put to use. Arcadius with a Gale Force into R that did an absolute ton of damage. Poppy's a brick wall off the top. RDM Scared did a nice job. Like, there's really not a lot you can do when the gold advantage is this high. I mean, Rimu is just getting one-shot by his counterpart on the Aphelios, and even though he's, you know, played well and has some gold, like, it doesn't matter when you're going up against an Aphelios who's this fed. 7-1.
I would actually love to see a different draft entirely out of the Continentals next game, because I think they're learning a lot this game about how this team likes to play. They rotate so quickly, they're confident, and they play through their jungle supports engages. Everybody else is on this massive damage character, and all three of them have healing. So get some anti-healing in this game. Try to stall for a little bit longer. If you can pull out the win, heck yeah, but you are down more than 10k at 23 minutes. It's going to be really difficult. You got to be talking as a team both about this game and the next one, I feel like.
Yeah, the only source of Grievous wounds right now is a Bramble Vest on Zac, and that's really not great when you're going up against. Okay, maybe they think they found...
Oh, that's the package. Up, and oh my god, he erases people off the map.
Yeah, the package is so gross from ahead. You can basically jump on anyone, Q auto R, and they are going to die. 3 items completed.
I'm going to call Wagababu Mr. Clean from now on, because he just erases motherfuckers.
Just erases people. Like scum off the side of your tub.
What an absolute freak of nature. They have Baron. They've got a massive 13k gold lead. They've got decent vision set up in the enemy jungle. They've got so much pressure around the map with all the objectives that they've taken. I would like to see them really push to try to end this, try to make a statement here in game 1. We will see if they are able to, though. These guys still have some wombo that they can dish out if they do land it. The problem is getting past that Poppy.
Yeah, unfortunately, Orianna had to go Crown of the Shattered Queen because she's so afraid of all the damage on the other side, which means the Shockwave really doesn't do a ton of damage, especially with a Bloodthirster shield, especially with a Shield Bow shield. Like, it's you can't really count on the Wukong R into Shockwave, oh bam, you're dead. Even on a carry, like, they're so well protected, they have so much healing that it's really hard to blow them up unless you land like literally every ability you have.
You've got to either find them split and make a play, or have just, yeah, land everything and land it perfect and land it consecutively so that they're constantly CC'd. Toku Finn taking a little bit of damage right there, but guess who takes more? It's Jinx! She's almost erased! Yes, she is! Arcadius almost kills everybody right there as here comes Gap Topsu doing a lot of damage onto Leviathan. She will be the next one that does fall. The Ignite's ticking on her and she goes down. Shockwave's not able to finish anybody else off because Zac and Orianna go down. The last one is the Wukong and he will be finished off, and that is going to be game 1. Going over to the monstrous, may I say, the favorites? No, I can't say it. They're just my pickups. They're not my pickups.
And rightfully so.
Team Laser Moon making a statement here in game 1.
Yeah, that was really nicely done. Couple hiccups early, I think, on both sides. The junglers were everywhere, but maybe not converting on their ganks. But then it just all seemed to come together. Poppy was everywhere, making plays with the phase rush move speed.
Now, there's a lot of big plays coming out from these guys. Just looking at the gold spread, too, such a good job from these guys allocating all the kills onto the right people. Obviously, they're big damage dealers, but not those people standing so far back. Arcadius, Gaptopsu, Wagababu, or Mr. Clean, all three of them spacing really good. Gaptopsu basically was just 1v1ing all day. But when he started to join the fight, it was really all over. Mr. Clean and Arcadius just waiting for Toku Finn and Marty I'm Scared to make plays and then to follow up with the damage. Really, really good to see. I don't think I'm going to have stats because, yeah, this is right. This is that small indie company, you know. It's just, what is this? How is this okay? How is that? I want to see statistics. But they say no. They say no do. We will see if they trade sides, though.
Yeah, who gets the pick round 2?
Loser of game 1 picks game 2, so...
Okay.
The Brad Dead says that game didn't happen. They're going to pick blue for themselves.
I still don't have an invite to this lobby, so...
Ooh, I don't really want you to show up.
I'll just have to guess what's going on.
Come on in. Drop on down. And we can shuffle these guys around so that everybody gets in the right spot. Toku Finn back up in that jungle position. Really good game out of him. I think the game really revolved around him. I'd like to see some, maybe a ban or maybe just the Poppy. I know he's a big Poppy player. Taken away, put him on something where making plays isn't as comfortable for him as it can be because they seem to be pretty reliant on him or Marty I'm Scared to engage. Or at least to start those fights. I'm sure the calls are... Every team has different comms, but I would expect the captain, who's playing the engaged champion, is pretty dominant in that call.
I wonder if we'll see a similar draft to last time you were talking about at the end of game 1. I would definitely like to see a change top. I didn't feel like the Wukong really did much. He got drafted into a losing lane, but then continued to split push. Like he was never involved in team fights. I just don't think that was a good fit for the team. So definitely ditch the Wukong. The rest of the team, I mean, I thought they had drafted a pretty, like Zach Oriana's a pretty like classic Wombo comp.
Yeah.
They got shut down so hard by Poppy that I would honestly consider banning that if you're trying to construct a similar sort of team, because that was a huge power pick. And I know it's not like a huge, meta champion, but if she does so much to shut you guys down, I really think you have to.
I think just pick stronger lanes for yourself. I recognize that a lot of them are playing for their team. They picked a very Wombo combo-y team, and they did get those first 2 objectives like they needed to do. That game could have been quicker if it went the other way to start. But they just needed to be able to hold their lanes better, to win their lanes better. They were all down in CS. They didn't really have super winning lanes. I think Jinx Nami was probably their strongest lane that they picked. So the Gwen going to be banned away this time for Gaptopsu. He's got a whole Champ Ocean, though. The Twitch, again, going to be banned. Normally when you win, you don't see too much changes. We'll see if they respected anything that was picked up. Maybe that Nami gave them a lot of trouble. It was pretty well played.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think based on what I saw, you would keep the bans the same, because I'm not convinced you saw anything in that game that would make you change up your bans. And that isn't anything off the backs of the Continentals. I mean, they got sort of rolled, right? That doesn't mean that they aren't,
Doesn't mean they're not going to strike back.
Scary on these characters. Doesn't mean, you can't show up and, top lane can't
They
carry,
didn't like the Zac. Since the Poppy was banned, they're going to respect the Zac pick. They're saying, okay, we don't have the same kind of disengage that Poppy has in her kit. And so if they get that Zac, it's going to be a lot harder to deal with it. Those engages could have been problematic come mid-game. I like that adaptation to the bans. That was where they banned Lulu last time. So I wonder if the Lulu ban comes out now or if they think they should ban a different person. It's going to be the Akali again.
That makes sense as a counter. I think it's pretty obvious if you ban the Poppy that you're going to try to reach for the Zac again.
Yeah.
Jinx first pick again, I think that's fine. I thought Rimu played quite well last game, all things considered, so happy to put him back on the Jinx, and then you can draft the rest of the team comp around the Jinx.
Like you have pretty safe scaling, too. Even just having Jinx on the team will always do good damage. So you can rely on that a little bit, and they're not gonna change the formula. The junglers cannot be the same, but everything else they're gonna stick pretty
I'm
similar here.
kind of surprised to see Gwen banned and not Aphelios, mostly because, like, yes, Gwen was scary, but you kind of counterpicked yourself by picking that Wukong. Like, it's not as if Gwen is
I think
invincible in the top lane. I
I
think
think
if you
one
picked
thing
a
that has to be said though is okay. There is the Lulu pick. They're gonna pick it themselves. They're gonna take it away from the other guys. I like that a lot. One thing is Aphelios can't protect himself the way Gwen can. Gwen has an ability that's just like, oh, are you ranged? Sorry, you can't fight me.
yeah, bye
So
bye.
I do like that. Okay, there's the Janna pickup. This is gonna be a huge protect game. This is who is gonna pick engage, or is there gonna be any, or is this just gonna be a
Yeah, send Janna bot, pick Karma mid, and then
uh
just protect
okay.
the carry. Galio top, Karma mid, Ivern jungle. Just
Sejuani picked up. That could be top or jungle for the side of the Continentals. Waiting for the last pick of the first round of pick ban here. See if they do decide to go with an Olaf is what they are doing. Now, that champion was banned by the Continentals. That was the first ban that they had in the last draft. So they're able to sneak one of their more favorite champions through. And although they don't get Poppy, they're going to grab that Olaf. And Olaf, guess what? He's not going to get CC'd by that Sejuani later.
yeah, he can run right through the Sejuani, right through the Janna R. So I think that's a really smart pick. Once again, the jungle counter pick coming through. You don't traditionally think of jungle as needing to be a counter pick. You sort of think of junglers as being sort of independent of each other. But this is such a strong counter to what the Continentals have drafted. I'd be really, really worried heading into phase 2 here.
They have to
I,
show a little bit more. I'm wondering what you are going to ban. Maybe take away that Corki. Maybe not. I don't. Not sure if you just if you have a Corki Lulu Aphelios. I mean, they're going to be able to sit further back, but they're not going to have that same kind of engage that they could have. Obviously, Olaf won't really be struck by the CC.
yeah, I expect them to pick some sort of follow up for the Olaf because you can't just have Aphelios Lulu and then an Olaf running in on his own. Especially if you wanted to pick like a Corki. You can't just
Right.
have him sitting pot shots as Olaf runs in to die.
Yep.
Okay,
Oriana.
I like that.
Yeah. You know
Okay,
you've
here comes
taken
the
away
Gnar.
something that they do play. I like the Gnar pickup, but it's not going to be able to deal with that Olaf very effectively. You do have a little bit of ability to just kind of like kite back. You have that move speed when you're in mini Gnar for those ganks. But come team fights, that Lulu Olaf combo is going to be really destructive here, and I wonder if they're going to be able to pick anything that can deal with it. It does look like mid laner's the last pick, and hovering a few different things. They're struggling between Katarina or Aurelia. So really balls to the walls
I don't
champions.
know if I like the Katarina.
I am excited and worried. Both.
I feel like the moment you hit R, you're gonna get polymorphed.
I think that you're basically trying to bait it out onto somebody else, and then you're trying to go to town. Now, also, if Lulu sides with one side of the fight, and you can get a solid flank in, you can do a lot, but the Wukong can be picked up as well. The Wukong Oriana combo, they're going to show them how it's done this time. A lot of protect, a lot of engage, and a little bit of split on these teams. But nothing so... I am worried about the Katarina, but if you play it and you're comfortable playing it in a 5 setting, you know, it can be really scary. You have the Janna to protect you as well.
I just think Team Laser Moon have draft diffed. Honestly, I don't think it's even close. I think they are absolutely gonna rule this game. This is like pretty crazy what you can do with Olaf, Lulu. I don't think there's anyone on the other team who can really stop you. So I think if you get, like, the priority needs to be get some kills on this Olaf early, because I don't think you're able to stop him. You'd need to have a really, really fed carry and make sure that you can chunk him enough. But I mean, like a Lulu R on an Olaf who's fed is basically GG. So
Can we get somebody who is able to affect those not pick'ems? I'm just losing my
Yeah,
mind here.
the predictions.
The
I can't
predictions
hand
here.
them out because I
You bet,
started them and I bet. Yeah,
you
I'm a
monster.
guilt gambler.
I can go on in a minute if my phone allows it.
I will say that I'm not 100% sold on the Wukong here. I know that he can like sort of if you get on top of Gnar early, you can sort of bash him, but I think it would have been fine to just play something like an Ornn or someone who can really just sort of tank alongside your Olaf, be really, really annoying.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do get the combo going with like Wukong R with an Olaf running around, that is really strong. So maybe I'm just nitpicking. What is otherwise, I think, a really, really awesome draft.
This game's going to be entertaining one way or the other, and I'm excited to see which way it is going to go. Team Lasermoon have pretty much said, hey, we're taking a really dominant first game win. Let's see how your mental is. We're going to draft basically what you guys had just had. So it's going to be interesting if they have a game plan in mind of where to focus, where to play around, because obviously Team Lasermoon just had superior roaming last game. They also had really solid warding that just allowed them to make those picks, get those plays. God, I don't know. If I'm putting my Schmeckles on a team, I think I'm going to go with the draft that Team Lasermoon have, though. Knowing nothing about the teams, looking strictly at draft, I think I'd be going Team Lasermoon.
I definitely agree. Janet can be useful at keeping the Wukong out of fights and stuff, but not going to do anything against Olaf. And Arcadius we saw play a monster of Felios last game. So, like, there are so many threats to watch out for on this team. You need to keep the Wukong out. You need to keep Arcadius from getting, monstrously fed like you did last game. Oh, and the results come in on the prediction, and now we can gamble anew.
Same exact thing. Long live the brain, redeem caster compliment. Long live the brain, I don't know who you are, but it seems like you have a brain and you're able to use it, and it also seems like you're smart enough to at least have 2,000 Schmeckles at once, meaning you know how to manage your fake internet money. So that's my compliment. I hope it was worth it.
I hope it was worth the 2,000.
2,000 Schmeckles.
2 bands of Schmeckles.
3K I already bet on Team Lasermoon here in the predictions.
Not surprised, but we're gonna need to see some people bet on the Continentals to get the odds, sort of balanced. Otherwise, you don't stand to win very much if you're betting on Team Lasermoon. Of course, I bet on Team Lasermoon. I just admitted. Am I allowed to admit that on air?
You are, yeah.
You admitted they were your pick'em. So
they are my pick'ems. Yes, I will admit that. But the Continentals beat my favorite team to get into the playoffs, so I got to show them some love, show them some respect. They won the tiebreaker against Feeding Frenzy, who we had casted as well.
Yeah,
we actually casted both their series, I think, against BYU. So fun teams, fun games, and it is 112 odds. You're right, St. Roselle. If you want to make some Schmeckles right now, just dip a little bit, put a little bit into the kitty of the Continentals, and maybe you'll come out big.
The Vegas line has settled fairly unfavorably for the Continentals, but hey.
Oh man, 10K now. This is a big win if Continentals win, and I mean that for both the team Continentals and the people who have bet Schmeckles on the Continentals.
Yeah, we're gonna. You stand to make a lot of money if you want to bet on the Continentals here, I will say. This could be the bet of a lifetime. Take the kids to, St. Kitts and Nevis. You're golden. You're flush with cash.
Les Force going all in on Continentals. He's saying back against the wall for these guys. That's only going to make them play. You know when you back an animal into the wall? It's a crazed animal.
He gets a bit angry at that.
Yeah. So he's going to go with that. You guys
Destruction 1 is complaining that the line has been ruined. That's the nature of Vegas, baby. You can't predict how the line's going to move.
Welcome to Vegas, Destruction 1. Low budget Vegas. Kind of like a Atlantic City. Welcome to Atlantic City.
Ugh, I don't want to be in New Jersey.
Well,
Take a trip down to the boardwalk.
let's see if the Continental fans are going to have to buy a new jersey for themselves because the Continentals could be knocked out in this next upcoming game. Best of 3. And team, that was a great transition, and
Was not a good
I'm not listening to your weird sounds of disapproval. So, well, it wasn't that good, but it was still pretty good. I'm not gonna.
What do we think about the bot matchup? I think the bot matchup doesn't matter until the junglers show up, honestly.
I think that we saw Felio shove Jinx in last game. I think that both of these supports are pretty protective, and if we see Arcadius do what he did in game 1, then that's going to be equally favored. I mean, they're on the same exact champions, and we saw what happened in game 1. So I'm going to go same tale as told. Felios is able to really punish this Jinx for her slight missteps, get a big CS lead, and just keep them under tower for a while.
All right, I like this. You go for the exhaust ignite bot lane. I feel like that's not even for laning. I feel like that's just you want to have an exhaust and ignite on Olaf when he's running at you. So I think that's really smart. Maybe makes you a little bit more vulnerable in lane, but I don't think I don't think Aphelios Lulu is gonna have a lot of kill pressure on you anyways. So I think this is actually smart. I like this. Another ignite on Katarina mid, so hopefully you can keep the Grieve going at least in the early game until you can actually buy some items.
No weird sneaky invades this time. Oh, the Lime Law maybe looking for some vision. They do see Olaf right there.
And the cleaver misses. Well, not the cleaver, the axe.
Point. Top lane can't carry. Who I heard only has one friend, and it's Leviathan, who's the support. Gonna bring that up every time I have the opportunity to, because there's a couple more friends trying to chase him down right now. There's 2 of them, and they're getting pretty deep on him. Gap tops are doing a lot of damage. He has to burn his flash to stay safe. And they brought up the mid laner and the bot laner just to push them away right there. Now Tokufin, yes, he took his ghost down, but might be able to take some jungle.
At significant loss, I will say. Tokufin already... Oh, pause. They weren't allowed to do that.
Wagababu / Mr. Clean. Gonna pause right here. He has the phase rush on the Oriana. I like that. ADC has issues.
For ADC issues.
Not clarified, but ADC issues. That's the story of most teams.
I like to imagine they're just like, yeah, we're trying to drive someone over to his house to take over playing ADC. Because really, this is unacceptable.
We just learned he plays on lock screen. We have to take care of this. Hang on.
Yeah, he took cleanse instead of heal. We've decided that this can't go on.
We have had some ping issues in a couple of the series. There was one series, actually there's 2 series where both teams were experiencing like 400 to 500 ping spikes at the same exact time. So they were kind of just chilling and waiting for.
Seems fair to me if everyone has it.
Yeah, just play it out.
Play! I was playing a game of Counter-Strike the other day where a guy on our team was complaining about, like, he's playing terribly, and he was complaining, oh, I'm lagging so bad. We're like, frame lag? Or, like, he's like, oh, my ping is so high. Not knowing that, like, we can see his ping when we check the scoreboard. Like,
and it was...
You see he's at, like, 30 ping. We're like, no. No. You're not going to fool us. Anyways, I'm going to run away from my computer for like 10 seconds and then come back. So, Boggle, I'm going to trust you to not sink the ship in the next 10 seconds.
I will do my very best. Apparently, we can see my Discord messages right now, so I'm going to change that. Okay, we should be all set now.
I'm back.
Swenya is saying Janna R strong into Olaf, knocks it back. If his R is not active, yeah, it's going to knock him back. If his R is active, it's not going to knock him back.
Yeah, you can just immune that.
Ragnarok
that.
Yeah, you can Ragnarok that. If you ever played Mech Assault from years and years ago, you know Ragnarok was one of the mechs, one of the last levels. Very fun one. Not the same game as this one here. This one's League of Legends.
This is Riot Games Valorant.
This is right. Janna R has I believe he cannot be CC'd at all in
Yeah,
any
I think
manner.
if he procs R and then runs into it, then he's fine.
Yeah. I don't think he can cancel the knockback because it's a knockback.
No, if he's not ulting, he gets knocked back by it, then yeah. But
Yeah.
if he's already ulting and running at you, I don't think that works.
True Olaf mains don't even use the R. No truer words have been said before. That is the most true statement you've ever read in the comment section of the LBLCS. So, looks like they are ready. They're back in the game. And I've frozen at 121. This usually happens.
I have 2.
Okay. Good. Great. Excellent. Just going to hang out and wait for the game to unfreeze.
Yeah.
I will check time control. Sometimes what you can do is click slightly ahead. Nope. I tried. No, there we go.
Back.
There we go. And we're alive again. All 10 members of the game are alive right now. Looks like we are going to have Olaf starting on the blue side, if you will.
Yeah, we'll see if Sedge knows about this, if she wants to move over towards the enemy blue buff, but that will be warded if she goes over. That can help Olaf. Olaf's going to head top right away, actually.
It looks like he is trying to look for some type of gank. Maybe try to burn this early. Oh, there is no flash because they burned it earlier underneath the tower. And now he's very much in trouble. No E for him. He is going to drink a pot right now. Try to stay alive a little bit longer. He's got them under the tower, though. He might be able to find a kill. A lot of damage on the Gap Topsu, but is not going to die in the end if he had taken a third. Maybe so, but they're going to force that back and teleport very early on for this Gnar.
Honestly, if I were Tokufin, I would have kept going there. I think it's fine to trade a kill there if you're the Olaf. You're just going to be going back to your red buff anyways. Doesn't matter if you die. And, like, yeah, you sort of screwed over your top laner, but if you get first blood gold on that Olaf, like, that's huge.
Right.
So I would have died and got the kill.
Right, and
But
you notice this guy's on a team because people were like, "Oh, you're not gonna screw my lane."
Does it matter if the Wukong is down 300 gold to the Gnar versus your, Olaf?
No, I agree. I think the win condition, you're trading a healthier win condition for yourself. Leviathan taking a lot of damage from Arcadius, who's just absolutely bursting him down. The Ignite goes down, and he finds the final hit there. The Lime Law drops super low. Wagababu chasing him down. Mr. Clean, can he clean this one up? He does take a little bit of damage right there. Health pop being chugged by the Lime Law as well.
Yeah, that was nice by Arcadius. I mean, they dropped the Ignite. It was just an entire, basically a full combo there from Aphelios. He landed every single auto attack from his red Q, which gives you those long range marks with the Calibrum, the green gun, and then the Ignite drops him down. Arcadius can auto attack from basically infinite range, and yeah, that's a kill. First blood.
And well handed over. That Ignite was just to get her lower into the range of being able to be killed. And Arcadius made sure that he picked up that first blood gold. So Tokufin now going to come into the mid lane. He's going to use that E on Katarina to try to escape the flash. Also going to be burned. And escaping with their life, but again, Tokufin making big plays. He's down in CS, but he is making big plays around the map.
Yeah, down in CS, but, I mean, he's moving everywhere. He's blown a bunch of summoners. Oh, watch out mid. Lime Law's here unspotted.
Yep. Orianna does have both of her summoners available. Katarina should hit level 5 any second off of this wave, possibly when that cannon minion does go down. Gap Topsu has a big wave to pick up. He's only down about 8 CS, so he should be able to get ahead right there. Wagababu could go very aggressive. Sejuani's just going to leave. But Katarina goes in for a little bit more damage, taking a lot right now. Corrupting Potion going to be dropped by Mr. Clean.
I thought that Sejuani was still around when he went in for that. I don't think he realized that she'd gone to chickens. They're going to run into each other here.
Junglers are going to find each other in the jungle. And bot lane this time actually is not being oppressed the way we saw game 1. We saw Arcadius really just push them under tower constantly game 1. He does have a kill, but there's no big CS lead like he had in game 1. Much better job here from Riemu. We're going to pick up this dragon here as we see what second dragon will spawn. It's going to be an Infernal Drake second. We've got the Chemtech already. That's going to be pretty good damage that they're going to be able to get from these. A lot of damage coming from the top lane. The Q finishes him off. Gap Topsu going to just slam down on him. I'll speed up because it seems like you're ahead. I hit the plus button.
I'm at 48, 49.
You're half a second ahead. It's fine. I sped up a couple seconds, so we're good now. Marty, I'm scared, taking a little bit of damage there from the Jinx. Katarina looking maybe possibly to roam bottom here. Will get spotted on that control ward. Does she see it? She does. Some pings are coming out. She's going to be able to clear it herself. Probably won't be able to come gank as Orianna's going to shove that mid lane. Sejuani's still farming better, but not having impactful plays quite yet in this game.
Yeah, up 5 CS, but I mean, Toku, you know, has blown flashes. He got Dragon. Like, I think that's fine. You're willing to be down in CS. You can get so much.
And there is a 6 for Mr. Clean over there. Top lane carry again, getting hit down. There's the command shockwave doing a lot of damage onto Katarina. She's gonna have to hop away.
I like that you say command shockwave. Toku Finn, look at this! This is gross!
So much damage. Such a strong pick against it. And they actually could dive right here as soon as that Q kills. She does level up right there, so a little bit more health onto her. There is no ultimate for Orianna. The flash away gives her a little bit of safety. Toku Finn cannot find the final pieces of damage that they need, so still just 2 kills up on Team Laser Moon. But the Continentals on the back foot here, down about 1.5K. Looking at that gold spread, we see about 400 in the mid lane. That's different. About 700 down in the bot lane and 600 up in the top lane. Otherwise, you're pretty even across the map. So again, those three spots where you want to allocate your gold are all ahead. They're doing a great job farming, better than their lane opponents. That bot lane farm difference finally coming into effect. Arcadius getting himself his own lead. Mid lane, Orianna having a pretty easy time. A lot of health potions. She's got the exhaust as well, so it's hard for Katarina to find her way into those fights. But
and Toku's level 6 now, so he has the Ragnarok. He can basically just run at people until they're dead. And we've seen how menacing he is pre-6. Like, he's getting a ton done, so this ult should, you know, only make things harder for the Continentals.
Good vision around this Herald here from the Continentals. See if they won't try to make any play for it. It doesn't really look like it because Sejuani's on her way to her red buff right now. Here's an engage from Katarina. Not really finding the damage that she needs to. Another shockwave is going to connect onto her. She drops super low. There's a solo kill for Mr. Clean, cleaning up the mid lane.
Yeah, if you pick this Katarina, you really cannot afford to get stomped like this by Orianna. This does not bode well for the Continentals. You need to send this Katarina roaming, try to pick up some of these kills, because this is such an unfavorable lane for you. You can get auto tech from range by Orianna, and those enhanced autos do actually...
Hard to go in on her. She's got her own shield. She's got move speed. She even has the exhaust. Marty, I'm scared taking a lot of damage right now. It's a really good trade here from the bot lane. She even gets hit on that trap. She drops super low. Will the ultimate come in? It's a nice block from Arcadius, keeping them alive. The Lime Law is here. She was walking on ward, so Gap Topsu drops super low as well. They're going to find Toku Finn. A little bit of hit up right there, but Wagababu is not too far away. Mr. Clean trying to find more kills for himself. The ultimate for Aphelios misses. There's a nice knockup from Leviathan, but it's not enough as here comes Toku Finn just swarming into this lane. 1 kill so far, 2.5K gold lead, and I don't know if they're going to be able to dive this. It looks like Orianna's going back to the mid lane, so they won't be able to. Katarina has crashed a wave there, but Infernal Drake's in 30 seconds, and it should just be Team Laser Moons.
Oh, no.
It's risky. It's risky to even poke like that. You know he's got no ultimate, so you know he can't just fool around too much. There are no more minions. You could actually maybe find a kill right here. Here comes Katarina coming into the fight. They do have that polymorph available. There's a little bit of speed. Don't think they're going to be able to find it. Tokufin going to slow her down even more. So hard for Katarina to find her way into these fights. Dragon's going to be up, though.
Katarina has no boots. I mean, she can't catch up to them.
She's rushing
Nice
for that
Nash
Nashor's.
just a little bit late. She did, was she like you said, she was able to crash that wave mid, but still, you've lost 2 plates mid.
Yeah.
And Oriana was bot and is still at 35 CS, which is pretty, enormous. And we saw there the power of the Olaf. Like Limelaw jumps in and hits some abilities on Olaf, but right as the Sedge stun is about to proc, he just drops the ult and you can't really do anything. I mean, Sejuani's whole kit is CC.
I will say I like the chutzpah of the Continentals. They lost game 1 in about 26 minutes, and they picked Sejuani Katarina. That takes some cojones. So we know they at least have those.
That's true. The draft was very brave, but now I want to see, I want to see it turn into action. I want to
see the bravery come to fruition.
Sedge ult on the Aphelios, so then into the Katarina ult, and then drop like 6 or 7 emotes.
Drop 6 or 7 emotes. Arcadia is dropping 6 or 7 auto attacks on the Jinx down there. She is pretty safe. She has both of her summoners, and one of them is exhaust, so I don't think there's really the ability to dive. There's a possible burst from the ultimate. It is available for Arcadius, but it's pretty telegraphed when he's looking to kill you. A lot of damage in the mid lane. The big gold difference is live. They do grab that Drake as well. Olaf picking that up. They were kind of circling around the backside of it, debating about whether or not they should go in. Top lane can't carry. Does dodge a lot of that. All hits the ultimate as well. Is going to get some stun up and some more damage, but hits up again as well, has to jump away. There's a flash forward. There's a W from Wukong, gaining a little bit more distance. He can't get the kill, though. He's all the way back under his tower now, farming, as so are these 3 teammates under their tower. Might be in some trouble here. Another plate going over. Marty, I'm scared. Going to polymorph. Means they do know it's down for a little bit of time. Olaf going back into the red side jungle, looking for something.
Right, that is going to be mid-turret, actually, for Rugababo. We saw just briefly there that he went for the shockwave and forced the flash out of Katarina, and that's going to lead to a turret. 50 CS and first turret all alone. That is pretty impressive.
He is up almost 2K. Now he's up more than 2K after getting first turret right there. Nice ultimate from Janna, keeping their ADC safe. Saying, we're not having big team fights right now. I just need to make sure Jinx can farm.
Here comes Kata.
Yeah, there could be some type of play. The Limelaw doesn't look like they want to find something, though. Maybe scared to pull the trigger. They don't have full vision on where people are. Maybe they're going to loop back around. They thought it was a pull out, but it's not. Limelaw is now here, so is Leviathan. Can Katarina find their way in? They're maybe finding a little bit of damage right there. They do. They're going all the way in. There's the ultimate. She does get polymorph just like we thought, but she wants something. She is going in. She will die to that turret as well. A nice kill up in the top lane. They're able to trade 1 for 1 so far. The Limelaw getting hit by 2 giant tower shots, but not enough to kill him. As they find the kill onto Aphelios, and that's a fine trade down there. That's actually a 2 for 1 across the map.
Yeah, nicely done there by the Continentals. Find the kill bot. Sort of had to sacrifice Katarina to make it happen. Let's see if Tokufin can counter this here. Nara's trying to jump over the Krugs.
So much damage. Oh, what a nice jump. Can he get the blast cone? He can. And the man is just hop, skip, jump away.
Yeah, nicely done. Run away. Bounce off the roof of the Krugs. Some would say heads, but I would say roofs.
The roof? The roof of the Krugs?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're buildings. They're not.
They're buildings. They're humongous. They're giant rocks.
Fair.
Which are basically...
Well, most buildings are giant rocks, right? Deep down.
Yeah, it's true. All my favorite buildings, the Eiffel Tower, the Sydney Opera House.
Right, Stonehenge.
Stonehenge. The Taco Bell at the corner of 10th Avenue and 81st Street in New York City.
Yeah, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Building of a man.
Yeah, building Titanic. That's the Titanic.
The Titanic.
The plane Amelia Earhart flew.
Yeah. It's actually
a lot of good buildings out there.
A lot of good buildings out there.
Yeah, I found her.
Toku Finn.
She's fine. I don't know why everyone's so worried.
God. So long ago. She was so old. Top lane can't carry, but he's doing a really good job. He has a gold lead, or a CS lead rather, this time against Gaptopsu. And I like that he was able to take him on 1v1. I think one thing that they missed last game is that Gwen was able to punish the Wukong so hard that they couldn't win the 4v4 and they couldn't win the 1v1, and the separation started to really grow. There is going to be a separation in turrets right now because this is going to be another one down from the Rift Herald, but here they come into the backside. Can they find the damage? The ultimate does connect onto Orianna. The flash away is going to keep her safe for a little bit longer. Limelaw trying to find the damage. Shockwave doesn't hit onto anybody as they're going to try to chase her down. They don't have the CC, though. Limelaw taking a lot. And Olaf's just going to back in a side lane here. Not even. He's just in that little crevice, that little nook, that little cranny.
Blue team's turret.
Meanwhile, Arcadius gets solo turret gold for himself, bot lane. And yeah, that's a 6,000 gold lead, which is pretty big.
We're in the semifinals right now, so I want to talk to you about if you are the other team that's going to end up against the winner of this series. What are you learning about both teams? What do you not want them to have? What do you know they're weak against?
Well, gee, if we're assuming that Team Laser Moon is going to win, and if I'm drafting against them, what I'm doing is I'm not necessarily drafting my jungle early because it feels like they are absolutely slamming these jungle counter picks, which usually aren't a big worry. Like, usually you want to save counter pick for
Solo lanes.
lane.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh-oh, Leviathan. Gonna have to flash over the wall, which, you know what? Olaf can't do that with an ability. So, good play. He also did not take flash. As you were saying,
yeah, sorry, what I was saying, I think you've got to ban a lot of junglers and not necessarily pick yours earlier.
Yeah.
Pick strong lanes for yourself.
Huge Shockwave's going to hit on a couple of people right there as a Limelaw gets a nice stun on a Toku Fin. We know that ultimate was dropped earlier, but look at this Aphelios damage. It is so much a really nice knockback from Leviathan right there. The ultimate does hit from Jinx as well up in the top lane. There's another fight going on. Top lane can't carry, can't quite kill Wukong. And it's just a 1-0. Sejuani does go down right around this Drake, so this is going to be third Drake for these guys.
Yeah, they don't even have Toku Fin over there. That's how confident they are that this isn't getting stolen.
Yeah, and a teleport into some damage from Gaptopsu.
Whoa!
Flash forward.
Whoa,
He
whoa!
is very hungry for this kill. He's really looking for it, but the Mega might really save him right here. He could choose to try to go in right here. Gaptopsu might not be able to deal with it. That Q does connect. Go back up here on the top lane. Can he finish this off? She's going to clear the wave. Good healing from going Mega. About 300 health. That gives you extra right there, so.
And they're both just going to recall.
CDX Hunter, thank you for the follow, dude. Very much appreciate it. Do you think that he has a CD that's called X Hunter? Or do you think that he's a CDX hunter?
I think he's hunting CDXs.
Okay. What is a
we are all
CDX?
from time to time.
What is a CDX?
No idea.
Okay, all right.
Like a type of snail or something.
Anybody in chat, what the hell is a CDX? They're cleared out. We did see them basically end the game with the first Baron in game 1. Game 2, they're trying to rinse and repeat that same exact strategy. Arcadius, again, is huge. He has a lot of damage he can do, even if you have armor, just the items that he has bought. Nar might be in trouble here. He's just going mega pretty soon. He gets CC, though the Polymorph probably is coming out any second right now. He does get the CC onto Lulu, who takes a lot. Another tower shot will go as well as Jinx gonna trade back on a Gaptopsu, but the ultimate is being dropped now onto him. Does he have the traps? He already used them earlier. He might go down. A nice exhaust. Sejuani should be able to pick up this kill, and does. Toku Fin in the jungle alone, running away from 3 people, is just going to go right back in with that ultimate. Top lane can't carry, is going to do what he can. Leviathan trying to heal through everything, and that's the exact combination we talked about. It does not work. That ultimate can't push him away once his ultimate is started.
On the board.
And Katarina picks up a kill for herself.
Yeah, I thought Toku Fin might run the table there. That was looking
I thought
scary.
he was going to take more than People are bargaining.
People have been talking.
People have been
Word on the
talking.
street. Alright, I would be worried if I were Gnar here. That Aphelios does a lot of damage. If you get Polymorph, he can just kill you, is basically what's gonna happen. But they are gonna walk away. The 4th turret, gold lead 6,000. It's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive stuff.
Very impressive. They're just 1 Drake away from Soul as well. There's a lot of standing gold on the map for them to pick up. Gaptopsu just looking for the kill onto Katarina's not going to find it. She has Janna just running to her aid. That Nashor's is completed for Katarina.
Yeah, that does help. Proc that with your ult at, I think, a quarter efficacy? I might be wrong. 30%.
30%. That's more than a quarter, if you know math.
Some of us do. I assume there are some LBLCS viewers out there who are big math people. Do a lot of math in their free time. Equations, counting.
A lot of calculations.
Numbers.
A lot of numbers. Stuff. Different, yeah.
Probably got the abacus going, the graphing calculator, the Texas Instruments, you know.
Pythagorean.
Yeah.
Angles, degrees.
Z values. C values.
Katarina gonna get full engaged on right here. Just can't do anything when they move that quickly. That ghost was popped as well as the ultimate, and Olaf just sprinted on in.
Yeah, you can't really do much there as a Katarina, unfortunately.
Hard to be in that solo lane as Katarina right now. You're pretty far down in gold. Orianna is massive right now. The traps are going to come out, but they're not going to save her. It's the ultimate from Janna that's going to save her for a little bit longer, but Arcadius is massive. He is a menace, and he's already on that backline, picking up 1 kill for himself. He's looking for the Lime Law right now. He's going to get it as well. Top lane can't carry. Did not have Mega Gnar. He is going to have it in just a second. It means he should be able to escape from this fight. Can he do anything against these guys? Looks like no, but he's under tower. He might be in some trouble. He does not have Flash available. He does have his ultimate, but his Mega Gnar is running out. Looking for some damage onto these guys. He's going to have to jump away. That's a really nice hop. As well as a nice knock up there onto Marty. I'm scared. And that's 1 kill for Katarina. Second one of the game. They're looking maybe to just find something crazy. They're doing a lot of damage. Can they do it all? It doesn't look like they're fighting the wrong one right now. And a nice Q does so much. The Ignite does go down onto Wukong. It might not be enough. The ultimate from Olaf is back up, and he is fine as well. So it's just going to be Katarina for Lulu.
That is gruesome by Go20. That was so nuts. I mean, just an auto and 2 reset. Completely just bonk Katarina on the head, knock her down. Nice attempt. It looked like Kiaki would have had, you know, something or other, you know, maybe could have landed a nice ultimate, but no. Wukong shuts that down quite quickly. Looks like Kat is going for the, oh, I've forgotten what it's called. The one that builds out a Leeching Leer. The big one, the Omni or something?
Don't know. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but Gaptopsu is looking for a kill onto Jinx. Is not going to quite find it, but everybody else in the backline is fighting. Top lane can't carry, trying to do what he can. He has to flash over the wall, trying to fight Mr. Clean, who cleans him right off the map. And now they're looking for Sejuani. Arcadius chasing him down, finishing him off. That's his 5th kill this game.
Riftmaker. That's what I was thinking of. Anyways, I have to imagine that Team Laser are going to be.
It looks like they're very much in control of the game. They're up more than 10K at around 24 minutes, just like Game 1. Looking for a very down performance. CDX Hunter also does not know what a CDX is, so he's embarrassed by his own name.
Yeah, fraud.
Coward,
fraud.
Welcome to the LBLCS CDX Hunter.
Poser.
Poser?
Beat it, nerd. You don't know what a CDX is.
And if
no way
you could have made it up. You could have just lied to us. You say, I know what it is. You guys are dumb for not knowing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
try it again. I'm going to forget that you sent that message. Tell us that you know what it is and that we're dumb.
Yeah, or maybe, you know, I got to respect the honesty. You know, I have no idea what a CDX is. You know, a smaller person would have lied there. So.
That's not about being the bigger person.
Takes a person with a big heart. They have no idea what a CDX is, and
I think you're just saying that because you're admitting you don't know. So this is like a double standard thing. Like you're looking like you have a big heart. Top lane can't carry, also has a big heart, but he's losing a lot of his life right now. Shockwave is going to connect onto the Lime Law, whose passive saved a lot of damage from coming through. Tokufin up on this Baron, already starting up. Can they burn through this quickly? I would think so. Aphelios can really chunk through this.
Yeah, Aphelios with the Lord Doms is going to cut through this Baron pretty quickly. So will Olaf. Here comes the Jinx Rocket, though. This could mean something. Oh, not bad. Not a bad.
Not a bad attempt. Pretty close to when that Baron was going to go down, but is not going to take it. Tokufin just so strong, getting every single objective that he can here. Leviathan might be in some trouble. Does get hit by a Q. The traps are out. Top lane can't carry, back up against this Wukong. I think these two top laners are just either fortunate their team is winning or unfortunate their team isn't, because they're pretty even in their sparring matches that we've seen so far. Who can come and affect the team fight in a better way? Nice stun right there, and the ultimate's going to send it back underneath the tower, but the aggro is not going to go onto him, as there was also cannon minion.
You need a huge, like, Jinx gets excited and gets some rockets across while Kiyaki lands an ult on the back line.
If Arcadius DCs, this game could be a lot easier.
Tokufin takes his hands off the keyboard and goes to get a Fresca. Then
goes to get a Fresca.
Then maybe you have a chance in this game. Fresca, the official grapefruit soft beverage.
Meganar not too far away. A huge shockwave is going to lock up a lot of people. That's a lot of damage, and this is looking like it's going to be the series because top lane can't carry. We'll go Mega, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The flash away from Katarina is going to keep her safe for a little bit longer. Now they're all the way in on the base. They have this Baron. They're chewing through these towers. All 5 of them are up, and they are looking to end the game as the second Nexus tower falls. They do pick up a kill on Tokufin, and I will say, it was a pretty amusing one, throwing him underneath right there. And they find any more Arcadius trying to dive into that tower. Yep, Topsu also going to go down as Gnar picks up his second kill of the game, but they pick up their second Nexus of the series, and it is Team Lasermoon. They're going to walk away with this one.
Yeah, that was very clean. Both games by Team Lasermoon. Both, I think, were done in under 30 minutes. Very quick series. They'll be back in time for dinner, Buckle.
I know. I actually can go do the whole thing of, like, I have time. I have a little bit of time between this series and the next. So, guys, if you want to see the economy semifinals that we are going to be playing, that's up next later tonight, so stay tuned. Look for that ping. Drop us a follow if you want to get pinged, or join our Discord down below. You can just click that link and come on in. There's also our YouTube, our Twitter, our sponsor, ProComps, who you saw earlier in this vid. And you know what? My pick'ems is looking pretty good. Not Jerome. I'm not going to lie.
Yet again, Buggles' pick'ems remain unquestionably good.
I have... Wait, hang on. I got to see if the game happened last night. I think I actually have the 2 finalists in the final. Hang on. I do. I got both finalists in the final, baby. Whew. I've got a 5-game final in my mind about what's going to happen. I think it's going to be a crazy final. I think it's going to be balls to the walls, 5 games. I'm ready to cast it when it does happen. Marty, I'm scared. On the Lasermoon, Gap Topsu. You guys with your team captain, make sure you reach out to me and not your own, because I think that we deserve to cast the finals.
Absolutely. We've done nothing but praise your good name.
Sad to see the Continentals go, but excited that my pick'ems are unscathed here in the Financial League.
Yeah. Buckle actually sleeps under a whiteboard with his pick'ems on them so that he can fall asleep looking up at them.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Honestly, really depressing. But anyways, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Someone's got to do that.
I can drop the schmeckles right after I sign off of the stream. Guys, we'll be back in a little bit more than an hour, so I'll see you then with the Economy semifinals. Take care and have a good night.